Okay, we're finally here with Ben Henry answering the questions from the fans. Ben, first of all, congratulations on making the Kiwis and also making the starting lineup. The first question we got is, how did you feel when you got the call up, and how did you receive the news? And I guess there's also a bit of a story behind your journey here as well.
Yeah. First of all, I was over the moon. It's not every day you get a call saying that would you like to represent your country. It's a massive opportunity, especially for myself. But when I did get the call, I just had come back from Melbourne, I was stoked, and I thought, oh man, my passport. I handed it to our manager at the Warriors, and he lives all the way in Whangaparo, and I'm in Blockhouse Bay in Auckland. And I had to drive all the way to his house. It took me about an hour to get my passport, and then drive all the way back home. And by then it was probably 10 at night, and Sponge had already told me that I was on a 6 a.m. flight in the morning. So I quickly had to pack my stuff, and I wanted to spend as much of the time I had left with my family. So that was about 3 hours. And so at 3 in the morning, had to get up, packed all the rest of my gear, jumped in the car, got to the airport, and then I was flying from Auckland to Melbourne. There wasn't any direct flight from Auckland to Sydney. Okay, so I flew to Melbourne, and then I had about a 2.5 hour wait for a domestic flight from Melbourne to Sydney. And so I got to Sydney at around midday, and then I was waiting for a ride outside the airport, and I then got a text that someone had forgotten me. So I had to catch a taxi from the airport to this hotel, and by then it was about 2 o'clock here, but that's like a whole day of traveling for me, so I was pretty wasted, but hey, playing tonight makes it all worth it.
So you actually visited Melbourne sort of twice within 12 hours, I guess, and the Melbourne guys were saying that they passed you at some point in the terminal waiting for your flight, is that right?
Yeah, they did. I saw them as they were checking in. I was checking in too. But funny enough, we were on different flights. I thought I was on the same flight as them. So I was just had all day travelling by myself, which is quite stink, but it's all good when you get to put on that black jersey.
Ben, you've been named at hooker tonight. One of the questions we have is, what is your preferred position?
Well, I've basically been playing second row probably nearly all of my junior and up to now career. I'm comfortable with that position. There are times when I get slotted into centre, and now I'm looking to play hooker tonight. But I prefer playing second row, but if there's an opportunity to play somewhere else and get into a team, I'm happy to take that.
Okay. We've got a question here about what sort of meal your mum would cook you before a game if you were back home.
Yeah, I think the last time my mum cooked me a meal before game day was about probably 3 years ago when I was living with them. But she'd always make something nice. The old saying, nothing beats your mum's cooking. It's always spaghetti bolognese, my favourite. She'd always make that. Lamb chop, steak. She's pretty good in the kitchen.
Oh.
So I try to make it sort of every day of the week. Me and my wife and my boy, we go over and have food there because I love it good.
What do you think? What's on the meal menu for today before the test?
Probably pastas, probably steak, chicken. Food with a lot of protein, just so you feel full and you have enough energy, probably because it's a late game, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
To get you through. So yeah.
Okay. How do you prepare on game day? I guess this is game day.
Yeah.
What are your plans for today?
Probably the only thing I do different is I just relax. I try to just mentally think about the game. Stay off my legs as much as I can. Normally I would just hang with my family, but we'll go for afternoon nap. And closer towards the game, I wouldn't eat as much. Don't like playing on full stomach. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess the last question is, if you weren't playing league, what would you be doing with yourself?
Yeah, my uncle back in NZ before when I was playing 20s, I was working with him, and he was installing elevators and things like that. And yeah, I did a full year with him. That was pretty hard. That was tough. But yeah, I might probably be working with him still. Maybe going into the electrician field. Yeah, something like that. I like working with my hands.
But now you're actually studying though, aren't you? And were you named to the NRL All Academic team or something last year?
Yeah, last year I did 2 courses last year. Did a business course and a speech course.
Right.
And before that I was studying at Unitech. And yeah, I was lucky enough to be included in that academic team. And yeah, this year, I'm just trying to see what I like, and applying for a computer course as well, like into software and things like that. Just trying to get a feel on what I can do post footy.
Right. You think that's an important thing for players to do?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the average sort of career span of an average footy player is 3 to 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And this is my 3rd season. Hopefully.
You've had a few narrow misses, haven't you?
Yeah. But God willing, I can stretch it out a little bit further. But by then I'll probably be 30 something, and I still have to work. So I think the more prepared I am now for what life has to throw at me after footy, the better I can be financially.
Mate, good luck for tonight, and we know you'll give it 100% out there on the field.
Cheers.